So let's bring back our Dr. Wendy Walsh. She's a psychologist and a relationship expert. And I want to bring in Shanae Hall. Shanae is a former NFL wife. That's what she calls herself, a former NFL wife, and she's the author of the book. It's called Why Do I Have to Think Like a Man? How to Think Like a Lady and Still Get the Man. So let's start with Wendy Walsh. Wendy, let's start with this 4 in 10 number. Is it a sign of the times here?
It is a sign of the times. I think the traditional marriage is slowly becoming extinct, but it's giving way to something else. A lot of choices. I mean, the silver lining
wait.
that people
hold on, Wendy. Hold on, doctor.
Yeah.
You said slowly becoming extinct. Do you mean that one day people are going to go, I don't want to do it anymore?
Well, I think we're actually going back to something really much more natural. I blog about this all the time. You know, our hunter-gatherer ancestors lived in communities where people were biologically or non-biologically connected, and many generations helped raise children in almost a small tribe, and many people had an interest in keeping those children healthy. The idea of taking a nuclear family, one man, one woman, having one be the provider and one the caregiver, and sitting them in a home in the suburbs and leaving her usually isolated with a bunch of kids, is not really normal for our species.
Well, I'm watching Shanae, you're there, you're shaking your head. I want to go through a couple of these, and then I want to ask Wendy about, Shanae, after this, Shanae, I'm going to ask you about Eva Longoria Parker. But let's talk about this. When you talk about potential reasons, some people say it's economy, it could be social media. You have the preacher who are telling people to get off Facebook because they're getting in touch with old flames from high school and college. There's a high divorce rate, easy access to pornography, and they say it's like dating and sex takeout these days, so there's no room to even have a real relationship here. Dr. Wendy?
Well, I think all these relate, Don, to the biggest issue is that mismatched expectations and the belief that what we see on TV and in Hollywood movies is how marriage should be. First of all, news flash to married people. Sex doesn't stay totally hot for years and years on end while you're tired and raising small children. News flash. But at the same time, we, as religion and the law are becoming less instrumental in bringing people and keeping people together, we have to learn to self-regulate, because in a recent study in Psychology Today, the #1 indicator of whether a couple will stay together or not is intellectual commitment.
Right,
that means
and it's
going
not
past
it's intellectual
the love
commitment.
idea.
It's not the sex. It's not how hot somebody is. It's not any of that. Listen, okay, Shanae and Doctor, let's play. We have Tony Parker talking about his marriage.